Welcome to the 10-Acre Woods. My name's Mark, and today we are going to do a fall farm tour. So, oh, hey, how's it going? Hello?
Yeah?
Is it Mike?
Oh yeah, it's Mike. How you doing?
Oh yeah, no, I've seen you around here a little bit. I guess Tara hired you to do some cleanup and stuff.
Yeah, no, I've been working around here. I really love your videos though.
Oh, okay, yeah, no. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, no, the videos are quite enjoyable. We have quite a few people that like watching them.
All right, well, I gotta kick.
All right. Well, yeah, you take care.
Right, bye bye.
That's a hired hand. He looks awfully familiar. Anyway, Tara has been out at the barn, at the shelter, and she's been putting up the winter shelter board. So we're going to head out there and see what she's up to. Okay, well, out in this area here, if you remember, these two came in last week, and they're actually getting pretty big. So this is Peanut and Coco, which we already have a Coco. But we're thinking they're females. They're getting a little big though, so it's a little hard to tell this time, just because they're so young. They're just getting their feathers in. It's usually the mask and how they behave. I still think they're females, but you know, I'm starting to wonder a little bit because they are a little bit bigger. And George is doing great. Now people have asked where and what do we do. There's a nice shot. What are we doing with our animals in the winter time? So I'll go through and we'll talk about that as well. George will likely go inside with Sheldon. So the smaller ones, the younger ones, we like to put in just because it's just that added protection. You know, he's got some wool on there, but he's not even a year old, so he doesn't have a year's worth of wool on him yet. And you know, just better safe than sorry. And Moira, hi Moira, you're still skittish. Now she's got a bunch of wool on her, and she's a Shetland sheep. I'm thinking we may leave her outside with the others, but we'll have to see how they interact, how she interacts with the other ones. And then Sheldon was, he was lying down here earlier. Hey bud, you just chewing your cud? Hi. So Sheldon will go inside as well. Won't you, buddy? It's too cold for you outside in the winter, isn't it? Yeah, you're just little. And then, of course, we have Daisy. Daisy will likely go in with the other ponies. Shadow has taken quite a liking to her. You got your little carrot top on there? Your little troll? The little ponytail? She looks like one of those little trolls. Somebody did suggest braiding it. We did have it braided. I think it was the vet when she came out, she braided it. So we'll have to maybe give her a little bit of a trim. The other ones don't seem to have too much of an issue. You can see over here we have Shadow. And Shadow's hair does not go down that far. Neither does her sister over here. And so that's Meadow and Willow. So what do you think? You think I have an apple? Are you always looking for stuff because we're giving you apples all the time? I did bring this up before. When giving apples to animals, you want to make sure you cut them in half. Because they can get it lodged down into their throat, right? And we don't want to deal with that. We've got a couple other Muscovies here. Here's a Muscovy female. And you can see her size and the roundness of her head. And the mask just isn't, it's not quite as large. You know, it just kind of goes around the eyes. We move over to a male. And substantially larger and a larger mask. Hey, and they all like to talk quite a bit. You guys are just hanging out here by the pond. So we will be shutting this pond down. It's just a matter of when. Last year we did it. It feeds kind of just over there. But last year it was starting to ice over, and Tara was like, oh, we can leave it all winter. And I was hesitant about that. We ended up stopping it, shutting it down. It's just safer if the animals wander down and find a weak spot around where the pump is. They could fall through, so it's best that it just freezes over. What are you guys doing? Here's the hi guys. Yes, you guys are just chatting up a storm, aren't you? There's Tara there. I was just coming out to see ya and see what you've done with the place. So it's all closed up. So she put on these boards. Some of them are pretty weathered because we had them up, and I think it's just the wrong type of wood. It's a plywood, and it got weathered pretty bad. So here is one that was down, and then of course those ones were up, so they just kind of soaked up the moisture. So she built a little a closure, a wall, let's call it a wall, to make a smaller opening, just so that they don't need the big opening, and just keeping the wind out. You just gonna follow me in here? Yeah?
I put up boards there too.
Where's that?
On the bottom.
Oh, okay, yeah, you can't even really see in here. There we go. So she did put some, oh, here's Petey. Hi, Petey. You having some dinner? She closed off some of the boards here. You can see there is some light that comes in, but the wind comes from the opposite direction, blowing in this way. So we're not too concerned with that. Maybe next year what we'll do is we'll take down all of these and put up some plywood.
Nice new plywood.
Yeah. Oh, and here's Piper.
This is what it looks like when you build out of leftover scrap wood.
Scrap wood. Oh, we've got the three ponies in here. Yeah, I know. He does this to me all the time. He's like,
love me, Daddy.
He's like, hey, pay attention.
Go down, you pet him like
abusively. He says, no. I'm gonna work on you. You don't touch me.
Hi, guys.
Where's your brother?
Stuck at the door.
Is he stuck at the door? Okay, so we have Shadow, we have Meadow, and Willow is here.
It is actually really cozy in here in the winter.
And in this area here, we have a little opening here that goes in, and this is going to be the, it is currently the pig area. So this area here they are lying in. We'll throw some more hay and straw in here, and they will just burrow in. Oh, who's that? That looks like Lambert.
Yeah, he's broken.
Is he? Oh, you got an upset stomach, buddy? We gave him some baking soda earlier. He's been doing that quite a bit. He eats too fast, and then he ends up burping. I am just going to turn on the lights out here. So we have Christmas lights up top. I think that was Lambert there. You let out a bell. Oh, okay, what's going on in here? Everybody's coming in, I see. Is this the inside the shelter with poor lighting video? I guess it is. All right, well, let's go with it then, I guess. So over in this area here, we have this closed off area. This is where the ones from out here. So we're going to close off this door as well, and we're going to make some arrangements into this area. But currently, this is where they go, just so that they have a larger shelter. Sheldon does go out into his other shelter that's out there. There is one. But of course, getting a few more animals in that area, it's not quite big enough. So we have Billie Jean down here, and we have Petunia, her mom, here. Looks like we have Tinker over there, and there goes Lambert again. Coco, so there's the goat Coco. And Bronwyn. Hi, Bronwyn. Some people think that she is a male. Bronwyn is a female, and that is her udder down there. Yeah, I guess it's because of the horns, thinking ram. But yeah, no, she is a Dorper cross, so a haired sheep. She doesn't need to be sheared. Hi, Billie Jean. What are you doing? Are you eating? Okay, you're on a mission somewhere. When the animals are eating, they are on a mission. So we have Barry. Now Barry, if you see on his, you can't really see, he had a cyst on the side of his face. Let's see if I can just close in there on that, on the right side, on his left side. Now it did pop on its own. We kept an eye on it. We had when we had the farrier out, as well as the vet. They had a look at it and said, nah, it doesn't look like a big concern. And it did rupture on its own. So we just put some stuff on it to make sure that it didn't reinfect, and everything's good. Okay, I want to get out, guys, but I don't want to disturb everybody. Something tells me I'm going to be disturbing. Oh, there's Holly. Holly. All right, Holly. All right. We'll just leave them to eat. I guess it was bad timing. Tara said she was all finished up inside, and she figured, well, she's going to give them some hay. She was a little sore lately, so she figured, well, feed them now, and of course that's why they all went in. So the Peacock and the peahens. So we got our 2 peahens over there. Now I did mention before that the eggs that she was sitting on, so they were duds. So nothing has happened there with that. Are you just gonna follow me around, buddy? You are. So the rabbit hutch. So if you watched the last video, you kind of saw how we built that. And this is going to be so much nicer now. The steel for the top section is going to come in next week. So we're able to walk in. And the electrical I still have to work on, but Tara finished off the outside of this. So we put steel down on the bottom section, and then she kind of closed in the top section here as well. So we have ordered the other steel to come out to around the tree here. We have this piece, but it wasn't quite enough. So we're going to bring that across, and then this is going to be hay storage. And then once that's built, we're going to have the electric fence come over and probably do a spring gate. I think probably from around where this one is, that'll pull across and connect to there, so that we can go in and we can feed the boys up front. So one question that I often get asked in the comments, besides what do you do with the animals in wintertime in general, is specifically the ducks and the geese. So of course we have our rabbits in here, and this area here, we've moved the male rabbits over into an isolation pen over by the house. So they're in there. Now this area here is usually where we have the ducks and the geese, and we just kind of leave this area all open. Now the plans are next year is to expand this area to make it a little bit larger, maybe have an opening either over there or over here, possibly over here, and then close off this chicken run out here and utilize that space as an outdoor run. And then having the chickens more free range, so they can come out of their little door over there, and then they can head off in that direction. So we'll have the female run over here, and then we have the male run on the other side of it. Now it's very important to keep an air gap in between males and females. If you have, let's say, a female pen in there and then a male pen in here, they can actually work right through the fencing. So they're pretty resilient. Where there's a will, there's a way. So you always want to make sure that there is a gap between boys and girls. Hey girls. So this is going to be cleaned up, and then we're going to put some hay. Hay? We're going to put some hay in here and get them all nice and cozy. And as I mentioned last video, we're going to close this off with poly. And it's just nice to be able to have it open during the summer months. This is facing south, so they get the sun coming in here. And but to keep them warm, they'll burrow into their little houses. So in the early days, 15 years ago, let's say, early farm days, we actually kept the ducks and the geese outside. And it can get down to -40 and below. It's just important that they have a nice area for them to go that is off the snow and out of the wind. But unfortunately, ducks are funny that way, as you can see here. And they don't listen. So, you know, you tell them to go inside and, well, they don't. Now the big problem is Muscovy ducks. Muscovy ducks need to go in. They can handle down to about -10, but anything below that, their legs will freeze and they'll fall over and die, essentially. Now, years ago, what we had done is we had gotten these large boxes. They were the thick cardboard boxes. They're called large gaylords. And we cut out little doors in them, and we stuffed them all full of, you know, nice warmth, straw and hay in there. And we thought, okay, there's lots of them. They'll be able to go in. But the problem was they didn't go in. They wanted to be outside. And they always want to be outside. So unfortunately, we have to lock them in. Now the Pekin ducks and the rowans and the geese, they can probably just remain outside. But having them all in one area is easier to feed them, is easier to water them. You know, they share their body heat along with the Muscovies, which then helps the rabbits because that's all closed off in there. So we do lock them up, and we do lock them up in that area there. Now the chickens get locked into their interior chicken coop, and the pigeons and peafowl, they'll get locked also into that area there in the main barn. Now the roosters, because we do have some roosters hanging around, they're not too much problem just keeping them outside. So what they will do is they actually do go in because they go in to roost. Okay guys, I'm coming out. Yes, I'm coming out. They will go inside every night and roost. And let's see, how many do we have? Yeah, it looks like most of them are outside here. We've got a few over here, and we've got some ducks over here. Hey guys, what's up? You just getting some feed? So when Tara feeds, she puts the grain in the water here. And that allows the ducks and the geese to get at the grain, but of course it doesn't allow the goats, ponies, and sheep to get at it. I think my little Muscovy friend is just going to follow me the whole time. Well, that's fine. So over here, we have some sleeping ducks. So these are the rowan ducks. We have Fred and his girl over there. So Fred is a Pekin, and his mate is a cross, kind of Harlequin-ish, but doesn't have those the fine details, contrast that Harlequins do. And then of course the geese. The geese love to hang out over in this area here. There's another Pekin. So we have two Pekin boys. So no females. Hey bud. Hi. Pekins aren't very, well, I shouldn't say they aren't very friendly. They can be extremely friendly. We had one years ago called Doolittle. And Doolittle was just, he would come right up to you, and he just loved being around people. But of course, if ducks are raised in a flock without people, then they're not so friendly towards people. So here we go. We got the geese area. You guys gonna be going in? Maybe a month? We'll put you guys in. But see, with a goose, if you walk up to them, they will walk away. They like their space. Not like this boy here. What are you doing? You can see how traumatic this can be to a person who doesn't understand them. You're creepy, buddy. You're creepy. You're creepy. Yeah. Is it that time of year? It's fall, it's not spring. So tonight we're going to put up our Christmas lights. Yeah, you might think it's a little too early for that, but give it a couple more weeks and it's going to be too cold on your fingers to even be able to string the lights. So we do have lights that go around all of the fencing and then that other building over there, but there's some that are burnt out. So we're going to take care of those while it's somewhat warm. Fernando! Fernando's sneaking away on us here. What are you doing, Fernando? Are you hunting? Are you, bud? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're not all poofed out because everybody's gone for the day. We had visitors come and see him and pet him, but now he's hungry, I guess. We just fed everybody. Yeah. Yes, you should go in and get something to eat. You're just going to come out here, aren't you? And you're going to hang out. So something interesting about Fernando is, well, okay, well, I'll let you be. Something interesting is, well, we had CBC TV come out, radio TV, I guess it's all media, we'll say, and they did a spot on Fernando. So I showed that in the last video. It's going to be a couple weeks until that comes out, I would imagine, but we'll be sure to post that onto our Facebook and other social media. We have Instagram as well, and then of course our YouTube channel. So the male rabbits, so this here is our isolation pen. So we've had this up for quite a few years. It used to be, this shed was actually the first building on this property. It was just a shed, and it was actually down by our barn down there. So what we did is we moved it over here, and we still have shed-like stuff inside that barn. But what Tara has done is she's taken a bunch of these little shelters that we have. She's put some of this racking around the tree because she doesn't want the tree to get chewed on. So this is a Manitoba maple, and we want it to grow up in this area here. So whenever we have some animals that come in that require isolation, something with an unknown history, then they go into this area and they spend a week or two in this area just to make sure that they're in good health and everything's good before introducing them into our flock, into our herd. So a lot of times we do know the history on our animals, or the ones that are coming in, so there's not too much of a concern to isolate them in here. We can isolate them in the barn, especially in the summertime, because usually there's nobody in the barn at that time. Everybody's outside. So she has put some of this racking around these trees as well to protect. Now there is something down here to protect from rabbits. But just to give them a little bit more of a fighting chance. So we've got these two over here. We've got two more over in that area, and then we've got 4 in our dog run. Now, of course, we have our alpacas and sheep and goats. They all go into the dog run to mow it every so often. So of course we want to protect it against them. Now up front, the concern we have up front is our maples along the driveway and the boys. So they don't chew them, but they use their horns to ram them and rub. So this poor maple is not looking so good. Now we could put that racking around this one as well, but they would likely just destroy the racking. So some of the other ones that are larger, they can't quite stick their horns around, so it's left untouched. So it's other than, you know, it's fall and things are starting to change color, it's not too much of a concern as some of these other ones are. So we have that one isolation pen that the rabbits are in, the boy rabbits currently, and then we have a larger isolation pen which is up beside our hay barn, which is where we still store all of our hay, of course. And this area here is our secondary larger animal isolation area. So we've got a shelter there that the animal can get into. We had the horses up here, the ponies, the 2 ponies Shadow and Willow up here when they first came in. So this is there, and this is basically just a round pen that has been modified and moved since we're not really using it as a round pen. And then it goes back behind this building here and across over to this area over here. So we just used whatever round gate pieces we had. Round gate, why am I calling it a round gate? Round pen? Round pen. I think that's the terminology. It's a pen that you put in a circle to do horse training. But it's just being used in other ways here. Okay, we're up front here. I don't see the boys. I'll have to go in and hunt them down, see if I can find them. This gate from, what has it been, 3 weeks now, I guess? So it's working out really well. So it is a solar powered gate. Here's the little solar panel over on this side. And what I have done is I hooked up some lights. So these are just LED. They're 0.75 watts each, I think it is. So we've got a couple watts there, and it's all running off of a battery that is in the bottom compartment here that is charged off of the solar panel there. So we've had a few of our friends buy some, and they seem to be working great. Hi! So Levi found me. What? What did you do? What are you doing? I don't have an apple. Okay, now you're gonna lick me. He gave me a little nip. Yeah. Did you get... I'm just wondering if he got his hay. So Tara gave the other ones inside hay earlier, as we saw. So we'll have to go and check and see if these guys got their hay. Where's the other boys? Where's Billy and Carl? Levi. There's the boys. Carl, Billy. You guys have lots of grass up here. Wow. Nice. What do you think? Hey? What do you think? Yeah. Oh, look. Oh, no, Carl. Look at his horn. Oh. Well, that is just going to come right off. Oh, Carl, why do you do this to yourself, buddy? There is no feeling that goes up here, so he is not in pain, as you can see. he's in love. You're a goof. Oh, man, you are a goof. Well, I guess if you've got those long of horns, I guess you're going to be more susceptible. How you doing, Billy? Your horn's looking good. Hey? See, his horns kind of go more straight. Kind of this way. Where Carl's, yeah, no, we're not playing. Carl's go more, they're straighter up here, but then they flare out this way. So, oh, buddy. Oh, well. Yep. What are the ducks doing here? These are Ancona, I believe it is. Not to be mistaken by an anaconda, which is a snake. And here's the back side of our rabbit hutch. So that's looking pretty good. So the plans here is this is a shelter that we built for the ponies. We're eventually going to build another one starting here and moving over to here and then close in the top section of this so we have 2 stalls. Now what's funny is Levi, he goes into the goat house. I haven't even looked in here for a while. I put that plywood up, what was it, a month and a half ago, I guess it was. It looks like everything's still intact, although this side here, we still have to put something up on those, so we'll have to close that off. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. Is that how you broke your horn, buddy? Probably one of the things. Oh, Carl, we can't have anything good. Why must you do that? All right, inside we have our Actually, Tara was just moving some of our grains around. So these are, looks like lentils and peas. And then we have, looks like wheat. Yeah, we got some wheat in here. And then this looks to be barley. Yeah, so there's barley there. So why I'm coming in here is to check on the little one. So we had a chick that came in. Let's move this water out of the way. A chick that came in from a little boy who was given a chick by a farmer and wasn't doing good at all, and we couldn't do much. So we had a broody hen, and there we go. The little one's doing great, and Mama is very protective. So it's amazing on how nature works. So one other thing I noticed when I was in this room is wool. So here's our bags of wool from, I think they're all labeled as to who they are, Tinker, Turbo. We didn't do Hannibal. We've got a number of different bags back in here. So what we're going to do, or what Tara has actually already done, is she's started to make some posts on our Facebook page. So if you are in the area and you want to sign up for one of those classes, I think there's muckluck classes as well. Then there's a bunch of different classes. I haven't even looked myself, but they're all up there on Facebook. If you're too far away that you can't make it, what I'll do is I'll do what I did before, is I'll go around with the camera and I'll do a video episode on that. But I will do something different with audio this time. There was so much going on, so many different workstations. The audio wasn't very good. There were too many people talking. It was too far from the camera. So I am going to wire Tara up with a microphone so that we have nice, crisp, clear audio. So you can look forward to that come wintertime when all that snow's on the ground and it's freezing outside and we're inside hibernating as well as the other animals. Okay, coming into the barn. There's not a whole lot going on in here. I was in here, let's turn on some of these lights. I was in here most of the day today, turn on those ones, just doing a few things like adding the cameras. So there's a camera here that faces down into this pen. There is another camera up here that faces down into this pen, just so we can keep an eye on the animals, especially in spring when the kids are due, which will be back in this area here. And I have put a camera up here, and I have installed another light here. The camera used to be down here. We have the Guineas and the Keats, so they're all in here. And they will remain in here until next spring. So these are the little ones. I think we gathered up most of them. I don't think there's any more outside. We did lose a few, but then we gained some. So we're sitting, I think, at about +3 from where we, from the end of last winter to the beginning of, well, I guess we're not in winter yet. It almost feels like it, but fall. And then we have Princess. How you doing? So Princess is pooping, which is good to see. She's got her little poop corner over here. Hi, girl. Hi, and you're super friendly. Yes. Yes. Here, let me put this down. Yes. Hey? Yeah. You're super friendly. Yes. Here, come here. Oh, you gonna lie down? Here, okay, lie down and which way you going? You gonna go over this way? Which way are you gonna? Okay, you're gonna go that way. Well, then I had the camera in the right spot, silly. There we go. She likes her belly rubs, don't you, girl? So, here, let's move the camera. It doesn't matter. You can't see me. You can see her, right? And that's what people want to see. They want to see a cute little piggy. So these are pot-bellied pigs. They're almost the smallest pigs you have, but they're still a lot larger than what some people think micro pigs are. So they don't remain really small, and they can be overfed very easily. So if you're planning on getting a pig, make sure that you ration what they eat. So that's the important thing, right? A healthy diet. Yes. Oh, Fernando's not here. All right, I guess he must have gone and got something to eat. I thought I would end off with Fernando, but obviously he's too busy to be in my videos. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about the animals, please leave them down in the comment section. I will be doing videos coming up focusing on, of course, winter and its fast approach. And you'll be able to see where the animals go and then how we deal with them and deal with the cold weather. So until next week, have a wonderful week, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.